We next have a designation, and this is a proclamation to designate January the 20th through the 26th, 2019, as Teen Cancer Awareness Week in Fairfax County. This was requested by Supervisor Kathy Smith, and we have with us this morning to receive the proclamation, Sharon Ferraro, board member of, and I love the name, Bite Me Cancer. So that kind of says it all. Supervisor Kathy Smith.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Whereas the third week of January is designated as Teen Cancer Awareness Week by the U.S. Congress, and whereas in the U.S. more than 16,000 children under the age of 21 are diagnosed each year with cancer, and according to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 285 children in the U.S. will be diagnosed with cancer before the age of 20. And whereas teen patients often feel out of place in pediatric or adult cancer treatment facilities that do not provide for the unique clinical and psychological needs of adolescent cancer patients. And whereas many adolescent cancer survivors have difficulty readjusting to school and social settings, experience anxiety, and may face increased learning difficulties, and whereas public awareness of the unique struggles teenagers with cancer face is key to helping them fight this disease, now therefore be it resolved that the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, on behalf of all residents of Fairfax County, does hereby proclaim January 20 to 26, 2019 as Teen Cancer Awareness Week in Fairfax County, and urges all residents to increase their awareness about teenage cancer, including research, early detection, causes, and effective treatments. I so move.
Second. And that motion has been seconded jointly by Supervisors Harity and Supervisor Gross. Discussion on the motion, Supervisor Smith.
Thank you. I first found out about Bite Me Cancer from the Ferraros, Michael and Sharon. Their daughter, Nikki, had been diagnosed with thyroid cancer when she was in high school. And it was Nikki's idea to start Bite Me Cancer. They have a great organization. Dean's on the board, and I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. Brian? I don't know where that came from. Wow. It is such great work that somebody that went through cancer understood that they needed to reach out more. They have great volunteers. I know they're going to have stuff to say, so I'm not going to say anymore. But thank you for being here and for all the work that you guys do.
Thank you, Supervisor Smith. Supervisor Gross?
Thank you. I'm delighted that you brought this forward, Supervisor Smith. And I'm thinking back to somebody we all know, or many of us know, Dominic Bonato, who now works with Innova Health Foundation, but was a staff aide to a member of the Board of Supervisors for many years. And Dominic's son, Sebastian, was diagnosed with a sarcoma, his ankle, a couple of years ago. Ended up with an amputation of his leg below the knee. Every time I see Dominic, I ask him how Sebastian is doing. Well, the Fairfax Times had a front page article about Sebastian last week. Sebastian he has recovered from his surgery. He is using prosthesis, both for walking, for running, and he is back playing football. If there was ever a success story, something that just uplifts you, when you're a teenager, you're diagnosed with anything that is serious. It's a real blow to the gut and to the parents. But here is a situation where everything is turning around and going well. And I only hope that for all young people who may be diagnosed with similar situations, that they have the kind of help and support and medical underpinnings that Sebastian has, because his life now looks like it's going to be full. And if you can play football wearing a prosthesis, I can't think of anything that's more, incredible. So thank you very much for doing this, and thank you for devising the Bite Me Cancer Foundation.
Thank you, Supervisor Gross. Supervisor McKay.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I appreciate Supervisor Groves sharing that story. The other piece of that story that's amazing is Sebastian lost his mother to cancer when he was in elementary school. And so this hit that family twice, but what was amazing, he goes to Edison High School, they live in my district, and what was amazing was to see the way his teammates, his classmates, the student body at Edison High School rallied around him. And I know it's because of the work that groups like you do, raising awareness, putting in a support system for people. We live in a community that's very generous, but to see the way those youngsters responded, and the way our school system responded, helping him continue his academics, get back into some sense of normalcy, the amazing physicians and staff at Inova Health System that helped him get to that point. It's an amazing story, but it's one of many. We know that many times these stories don't get written about in the paper, but we have an amazing community of support, and it's organizations like yours that really do that. Being a teenager is tough. Just being a teenager is tough. And then you overlay it with something like this. Emotions and challenges and tragedies that some of these kids face and their families face are enormous. And they need the support structure of groups like yours building that awareness. And so the stories that don't get told are the ones that are most concerning, and knowing that we have a community in Fairfax that will support our folks when they're going through hard times is really important. So thank you for what you and your organization do.
Thank you, Supervisor McKay. And let me just lastly say that, so much of recovery has to do with attitude and, being able to, to face things in a way that is strong and confident and resilient. So we appreciate very much having this opportunity today to be able to share that message. And thank you for what you do every day with Bite Me Cancer, which really, that is attitude. so I love it. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor of the motion to approve say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. That motion carries. And so Sharon Ferraro, the floor is yours.
I'm actually going to let Michael,
okay,
chairman of our board.
Okay, Michael.
Good morning. I want to start by thanking Supervisor Smith for, this recognition this year. We've done this several years. As you mentioned, teenagers go through a lot. Adding cancer on top of this is really a challenge. Nikki couldn't be here today, our founder. She's starting a new job at Freddie Mac, so she's going through that new orientation process. This board actually did recognize her at 17 when she started Bite Me Cancer as a junior. Senior, actually starting senior at Chantilly High School, so you guys recognize her. I just want to tell you, over the last 8 years, the foundation has raised over $800,000 to invest in thyroid cancer research and to support teenagers fighting cancer across the country through our Teen Bag program. We are now in 115 hospitals across the country and in 45 states. If you're a teenager in one of those hospitals and you go through cancer treatment or through cancer surgery, one of our teen support bags will be at your bedside when you get out. We get pictures from teenagers with their hats and T-shirts on and their Bite Me Cancer bracelets, notes from their parents telling us that this is the first time their teenager has smiled in months because of their teen support bag. So we'll continue to do that work. We're moving our offices from where we are in Fairfax to Oakton, but we'll continue our work and hopefully celebrate our 10-year anniversary soon and our $1 million raise. So thank you again for this recognition.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I think we're ready for a photo. Supervisor Kathy Smith will come on down with me. The board will do the scrunch, and please come forward.